everybody. This is Carolina Millan. Welcome to a new video podcast episode today. And I am so excited to be here once again with one of my favorite people in the world, one of my greatest mentors, Dean Graziosi. How are you, Dean, today?
Oh, thank you for the kind words, Carolina. I'm doing great today, and it's always a pleasure to see your smiling face. And thank you for all the beautiful things you put out in the world, and thank you for the comments. When we don't get to see each other sometimes once a year, I read all your great DMs, and I see what you're doing. So keep up the good work and the impact, and it's great to be here.
Thank you so much, Dean. Means a lot to me. And I know you see my DMs. I try to stay in your inbox every once in a while, so you don't forget about me. That's important for me. So I'm very excited to be here with you today. It's always, the world is always kind of crazy every time we talk.
True story.
So how do you see the current landscape of the entrepreneurship and knowledge industry world? Where do you see it going? What opportunities are you seeing right now in this crazy financial environment right now?
Well, there's a couple things I'll share. If you've been in business for less than 15 years, what we're about to go into, what we're into, and could get potentially worse, that Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins call an economic winter. So if you weren't in business in 1999 and you weren't in business in 2007, this is going to be new to you. And here's what I would suggest, because I was in business in 1999 and I had a thriving business in 2007. And the fact of the matter is, the last time the economy shifted, my business grew, my information business grew more than any years prior in my entire career. And I've been doing this for 26 years. And the same with my partner and friend, Tony Robbins. And here's what advice I would give you. First off, it is way better to anticipate and prepare rather than to react. What'll happen is a lot of people, especially if this is new to you, will say, no, it'll be okay. The crypto world will rebound right away. The real estate world will rebound right away. Interest rates will go back down. That's not necessarily true. And there are some industries that will get hit really hard. Some businesses that'll get hard. But who gets hit the most, especially in our world? If you're in the online world, you're in the information space. The information industry, though the world might be going in an economic winter, the self-education industry, the online selling information business, the course creation business, masterminds, workshops, that's an industry that's in its springtime. It's exponentially growing. Now, I'd love for each and every one of you to be selling what you know. But I'm going to give you an example to make sure that you can prepare and anticipate. The information industry, when Tony and I first started, we've been in it for 60 years between the two of us, but we've been helping others get in and scale in this industry for about 4 years. About 4 years ago, this industry, from everything we read, was about $100 million a day, about a $350 million industry. Right now, this industry is close to $1 billion a day, about a $340 billion industry. And what I read over the weekend is they're predicting by 2028, it'll be $1 trillion a year industry. Wow. That's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It means this industry is exponentially growing in spite of what's happening around us. So no matter what you do, anticipate, prepare, investigate. That's the word I want to share. Investigate what is shifting up, what is trending up, and what's not. That's the first thing. The second thing, not that you guys have seen it, and maybe you did, but once a year, Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger, who in America, we consider them probably the best two investors in history, some of the best business people in history. They look like they can predict the future. They anticipate and prepare better than anyone we've ever seen. And they said there's two things, and really listen to this, there's two things that can help through high inflation, no matter what happens to a dollar or your coin or a peso or whatever money you are in, how bad inflation hits it, how do you get more of it? So how do you prepare for inflation and a recession? They said two things. Number one was invest in yourself. He said, get better at what you're good at. Go all in, because if you're better than your competition, people will come to you and you'll still get your share of the pie. They had a little graph, like you'll get your share of the pie. So invest in yourself. The second thing they said was be a part of a business that has high margins. Because they said as supply chain issues get worse, as cost of product goes up, if your product costs a lot, or shipping costs more, or gas makes it, If your product goes up, then there's no margin left. So if you think about those two things, why I love the self-education industry, because your greatest asset, your most valuable asset, is your life experience. It's the mess you went through when you're on the other side. It's the business you started, or went vegan, or got through a divorce and now you're thriving, or you know how to do yoga, or 5,000 other things. You have an experience, you have a skill, a hobby, a passion that someone else deems valuable. And here's the cool part about selling information in today's world. An industry exponentially growing, check. You can get education to go deeper, to invest in yourself, learn from others who've already been there, check. It's got amazing margins because information, you don't have to store it, you don't have to warehouse it, you don't have to ship it, you don't have to air condition it, it doesn't have an expiration date, and you can only get better at it the more you share. So I don't think you could be better positioned than right now in life to enter or scale what you're doing, stop dabbling inside the information industry.
How have you been able to build, such a successful business and be a father and be a husband? Because a lot of people struggle with that. So
I know.
How have you managed to do that and still pay attention to your kids? Even though you went through a divorce, still, how have you accomplished that?
Okay, so first I want to tell everybody who's struggling with that, I've definitely messed that up in the past, right? A decade ago, I obviously didn't do it right. And the pain of not doing it right sometimes drives us to figure a solution. And this is just my advice to you or anyone who wants to thrive in their business, thrive in life, get in better shape, have more passion in your relationship. Like, how do you do it all? Here's the answer. Ready? Say no to everything else that doesn't serve those causes. Say no to everything. My most important things in my life, I know what the definition of success is. I need to be an amazing husband to my wife, and I need to stay connected and date nights and let her know that I'm the same man from the week she met me. That's a priority. Number two is being a connected dad I take my kids to school, I pick them up from school. I take them to softball and baseball practice. We go on vacations. We have real communication, real talks. It's a priority to me. Impacting others, being partners with Tony and impacting the world, important to me. My team, important to me. Growing as a human, important to me. The truth is, everything else gets a no. Everything. I say no to 90% of everything asked of me because it doesn't fall into those buckets. Because at the end of my life, I won't care about happy hours. I won't care about getting invited to the Oscars and I can fly here or someone wants to pick me up on a jet. I get all these cool invitations now. It's like when I was broke, nobody asked you to do crap. When you get a little success, you get an invite every week of, I'll pick you up on a plane and we'll go to this island and then we'll go here and then we'll go back. If I look at it and go, it doesn't serve me and my wife, doesn't serve being the dad I want, my family, my impact, my partner. Nope, it's always a no. When you start scrutinizing what you say yes to and you make hard no decisions, time opens up more than you could ever imagine to be the wife, the husband, the father, the friend that you want to be, and the time to build a real business and stop dabbling.
Love that. So the fact that you said yes to talking to me right now means a lot to me, even more.
Yeah.
Falls in one of the buckets. That's awesome. So back to the other question I asked. What's your advice for the people who feel insecure, imposter syndrome? Although, recently I saw Tony speak, I think it was last year at Funnel Hacking Live with Russell. And he said imposter syndrome was just, a name that people made up to call fear differently, right?
That's all it is. That's
yeah,
all it is.
It's fear.
Syndrome, afraid of failing, inner self-doubt, I'm not good enough. It's been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of time.
Dean, so what is your advice for somebody who hasn't made their first sale yet? They put together their course, they said, I got this, this is my thought, I figured it out, I'm going to help serve these people. What do they need to do to get that very first sale?
Immerse themselves. They first need to find out what they're afraid of, because I'll guarantee they might be good at the logo, the name, laying out the course, but they're a little afraid of marketing, so they're avoiding it. Or they tried marketing one time and nobody watched their video and it doesn't work. You probably, I know it's going to sound crazy, but you probably had one foot out the door and then all of a sudden you tried a little bit of marketing or you tried to make a sale and it didn't work, I knew this wouldn't work. I'm not an expert. You set yourself up for failure. You have to have marketing stamina, sales stamina. You go, stay engaged, stay a part of the community. If you're a part with Tony and I, get back in the community, get back in the course, get the course, come to the challenge, find an accountability partner, start marketing, learn from others that have already been there and keep pushing forward. Because you know who wins in this? Those that don't give up. Right? Tony says this all the time, but if your 1-year-old is walking and they try 3 or 4 times and it doesn't work, you don't go, oh my God, she tried 3 times, she can't work. Don't ever try. She's never going to walk her whole life. No, she keeps trying or he keeps trying until they walk. You have to do the same thing, but don't do it on your own. Model someone who's already having success.
Exactly. So you mentioned the challenge. I wanted to get to that. This is the second time you do a challenge, right?
Yeah, second challenge, yeah.
Second challenge you guys are doing together around this. And I know it's coming up in August. Can you tell us a little more? What can people expect? Why
we did it last year. We did it last year and it was such a hit. We had over 900,000 people from all around the world register and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of comments. And this is probably, Carolina, the last year we're ever doing it.
Serious?
Yeah, because our business is growing so much without it. We might do one more year, but I don't think so because we're so busy. And to put 1 million people in and take 5 days of Tony and myself and dear friends and Brendan Bouchard and Russell Brunson and Jenna Kutcher and we got Matthew McConaughey coming this year because he wrote Green Lights and I love that book. We have so many cool people coming to share how they converted their information into a product. And most of them, when they started, were scared to death. Who's going to listen to me? I have no followers. And they're doing amazing. They're all hell-bent on helping you. So it's over 5 days. It's about 90 minutes a day. And each day will take you through a journey of why this industry, why today, how to identify what to sell, who to sell it to, how to sell it through service so you never feel like you're selling, how to teach it through a model, even if you're an introvert, and teach it with confidence, how to build an audience, and how to stay engaged. And over those 5 days, life will never be the same because you'll know for a fact at the end, like, I'm going all in, or I'm going back all in, or it's not for me. And it's not kind of free, it's totally free. And here's the thing that I'll share with you. Sometimes when something's free, we devalue it.
Yeah.
So go register today and pretend you paid $1,000 for it because you should pay $1,000 for this. But Tony and I are at a place where we want to give back and serve in a big way. The challenge is called the Time to Thrive Challenge because this is a time a lot of people are going to freeze, sit on their hands, wonder what to do, wait for the outside world to change. Nobody's coming to save you. It's your time to thrive, but you have to gain capabilities to do it. So we have a URL. It is Thrive550, Thrive550.com. Go register. Now, here's the cool part. It is free, not kind of free, totally free.
Totally.
You'll get to watch every day on YouTube. When you opt in, make sure you watch the first video of Tony and I. It's like 2 minutes long to give you the opportunity. If you want to upgrade to VIP, it is so inexpensive. It's half the price it was last year. It's under $100. You don't have to. But if you upgrade, you get to be in our studio. You get to be on Zoom. You get to have an extra Q&A for an hour with Tony and I or a special guest at the end. You get to keep the training for life. There's a special program that is immediate jumpstart program that we want you to have. And that's for those of you that go, all right, I could do it free. Great, you're in. Or I could go all in and immerse myself, burn the boats. I just know the people that go in VIP, they're usually the ones that take the action because you cut a little bit of a check, you're going to be there with pen in hand. And what I'd suggest is get a friend, get an accountability partner to do it with you. Give them that same link of Thrive550.com and say, come join this challenge with me, with Dean, Tony Robbins, and amazing people.
I cannot wait. I'm actually going to be in Europe at the time, so I hope I can manage with the time difference, but I think it's going to be fine. I'm super excited. What can people expect like over the 5 days, like at the end of the challenge? What's going to be like the biggest takeaway you want them to have?
Here's what my goal is this year, so I'll be transparent. You listening and everyone needs this right now more than ever because it is one of the rare industries that I think everyone should be in during a shifting market. So that's one thing. You're going to learn new techniques and strategies that Tony and I learned over the last year. Yes, you get our 60 years combined history, but you're going to get the breakthroughs that we had over the last year. But most importantly, our goal is for you to, like, I could picture somebody watching it going, I'm not sure. And each day, my goal is for you to go, I don't think I can do that. And by the time we're done, you go, wow, well, I could do that. And then day 2, I want you to start and go, yeah, but I'm not sure what I'm going to teach. I'm not an expert. And then by the end of day 2, I want you to go, well, I could do that. And our whole goal is by the end of 5 days, you go, oh my God, I can do this. And you want to continue to work with Tony and I so we can help you get off the ground to get your blueprint and make this real.
I can, yeah, like it's not that scary. I can do that.
Exactly.
I think a lot of people are overwhelmed by maybe the technology, or they see like super professional videos and courses and they're like, well, I need a studio, I need a professional camera. Like, and in
Some
the
of
end,
our best people have filmed it on their phone in their kitchen. So we have no more excuses in today's world. The world is different. This is time. If anything I shared today intrigued you, go to Thrive 550 right now, reserve your spot, and we'll see you on August 2nd.
Excellent. I'm going to put the link. It's going to be in the description. It's going to be in the video. It's going to be everywhere, so you cannot miss it. Dean, it's been fantastic. Thank you so much for all those insights. What are your final words of inspiration for people listening today?
So first off, you have a large Spanish audience, I'm guessing.
Yes, I do.
So
there are going to be subtitles here in this interview.
What's that?
There are going to be subtitles in the video version.
Oh, beautiful. So my wife wanted me to say, gracias a todos mis amigos de habla España. That's what my wife, she texted me and said, make sure you say that. And I probably butchered it, but I'm getting better. I know all little kids' words. I know, like, I could talk to my little boy who is 2. My wife only talks to him in Spanish. So if I don't translate what he says, I can't really have a conversation with him. So I'm getting better.
Oh, thank you. And please tell Lisa, thank you. That means so much to me. I've been dying to get you to say something in Spanish. And so that's awesome. You did well. Right. You did well. Just a little.
Right. Thank you so much. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you so much. See you soon, Dean. Bye. Bye. Thank you.